you're so cool, girl. You're so pretty, girl. Everyone loves you, girl. It's so funny because I think people are like, wow, you're like such a ball of energy, Shayna. You're like sunshine. No, I'm just completely crazy, like delusional. Like I just brainwash myself all the time. But if I don't do that, I can be a little negative Nancy. So the way that I counter that is by brainwashing myself. And it's just a muscle. It's a brainwashing muscle over time. I'm getting ready to go out. This is the first time I'm going out since being back in Paris. And I have to force myself because I am the biggest recluse. I'm so happy just staying home, working in my studio, making things. And I was actually thinking a lot about this because I got back from the US like a week ago and I was with my family 24/7, and of course it was so nice to see them after a year, but at the same time I think when you live far away and then you go home, you sort of have this moment of realizing all the reasons why you might have moved away, you know. And especially me, like growing up, I always felt like a little bit different. Yeah, just like being like the last one in the family, and there was already like a structure there. I think that I sort of had to move away in order to find myself, and then when I return, I'm sort of returning back into those dynamics. And so I sort of had to learn how to shine by myself without like the family unit. And that's not to say that I don't love them, but it's just that I wasn't able to expand and thrive and be myself there. And it's so funny because I was at the airport waiting to board my flight to go to the US, and a longtime subscriber that I've been talking to who also lives in Florida was like, Shayna? And I'm like, no way. And we sat and we talked for an hour, and we're both sort of in similar situations and we're on the same flight. And it just reminded me that I think that so many of us, you know, sort of grow up feeling a little bit different. But one thing that I've learned through this platform is that we are all going through something similar. And anyway, all of this to say that I think like because my outer world, I couldn't really find a way to belong, I had to create a really intricate inner world, and diving inwards feels a lot more safe to me than like the outer world. Do you know what I'm saying? However, I'm still a human. But yeah, I have had a little bit of a strange start to the new year because, you know, I spent 2 weeks with my family, and then I come back to like my life that I set up here, and I'm feeling behind. I'm feeling, yeah, like also last year at the end of the year, the relationship that I was with ended, and it's sort of like, I'm a very sentimental person, and it takes me a long time to get over things. I get very attached to people, like if I care about somebody. So yeah, it's just like a weird start to the new year. However, I will say there are some things that have helped me, and in the last video I talked about journaling, but also, you know, this is the first year that I really didn't do like big resolutions or vision board. And I think it's because what I realized is I want to feel good in the day-to-day and not just create this big boom in the beginning of the year. I think a lot of us create these resolutions, and statistically by February we kind of all let them go to the wayside. One of the things that I do is it's just a game with myself. If I get a negative thought, boom, I will turn it into a positive one. For example, I'll think, ah, no one cares about my art, and then I go, everyone cares about my art. Or I'll think, ugh, like, no one loves me, and then I'll think, everyone loves me. And it seems so silly, but it actually works. You have to think of it as a game. Think of a negative thought you're having in your life right now, and then switch it just as a game for the next 24 hours. You get a bill in the mail, look at it and say, oh my God, I'm so grateful for this check that I got. This actually happened to me once where I was playing that game with myself, and then I did receive a check for like an old job that an old internship type thing. And it was, I don't know, like everything changes when you change your mood. So yeah, if you're struggling, like script reversal is an amazing way to get yourself out of a rut. Cleaning your space, working out, going on walks, getting dressed up, as well as therapy, which I am a big supporter of. I think growing up, it was something that really scared me because I was like, ooh, therapy, you know, like there must be something wrong with you if you're going to therapy. But actually it's another tool in your toolbox. It's about maintenance, and as therapy is one of those, I want to thank today's video sponsor, which is BetterHelp. So if you don't know, BetterHelp is an online therapy service, and what I love about it, especially as it's snowy and crazy in Paris right now, is you don't have to leave the house to do it. You can do it from the comfort of your own home. You can connect and talk to somebody through video or on the phone or through messaging. You just log on and you can make an appointment and talk to your therapist. So how it works is you fill out a short questionnaire, and BetterHelp will match you with a therapist based on your preferences. And what's really nice is they make it very easy to switch therapists if ever you're not vibing with the first match that you have. So if you would like to get to know yourself better this year, work through some things, or just have somebody to talk to, I would highly recommend BetterHelp. And they're actually offering 10% off your first month. All you have to do is go to betterhelp.com/purple. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/purple. So thank you so much to BetterHelp for helping us at the beginning of this year. And yeah, I'm very excited for our first vlog of the year. I have no idea what's gonna happen in this vlog. I'm just trying to be more candid with you guys and chat and just talk about what's on my mind. I think that, I know for me personally, I don't always want like a big production. I just want someone to tell me like their struggles and be with me and hang out with me. So yeah, I love you guys. Okay.
Bienvenue.
Bienvenue.
Bienvenue ici. Nous avons un tableau.
J'aime vraiment. Mais c'est quoi en dessous? C'est du plâtre? De bon plâtré?
Non, en fait, c'est du tissu et des petites paillettes.
So she just started painting and I'm telling her she should paint more. An abstract baddie. On a parlé de peut-être faire un pop-up, art, musique. Wow!
As a music studio.
Let the games begin! Woo! We're on our way to Pilates class, and it has continued to snow this week. And I think after I might go to a cafe and read. I'm trying to read more books this year. Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm in Iceland right now. I was just walking and there was a little girl who was like maybe 4 or 5, and she was doing a snowball fight with her dad. And then she saw me, she took the snowball and she looked at me, and I'm like, don't do it, girl. Don't do it, girl. Pilates class, not gonna lie, a little bit disappointing because it just wasn't challenging enough. I honestly wouldn't recommend taking those kinds of classes in a yoga studio, because oftentimes if they typically do yoga and then they offer Pilates class, they'll just have you like doing really easy stretching type exercises, which is fine for some people, but if I'm paying for it, like I kind of want you to kick my ass, you know what I mean? Because otherwise I could just watch a video at home. But then I went and I got a really yummy soup, and I read, and there's really not much else you can do on days like these. Now I'm gonna go home and work for a bit, but I'm cold. I gave myself an insane haircut tonight. So, it's probably the worst haircut I've ever given myself. Because I was trying something new. I found a YouTube tutorial where it's like, take all your bangs and cut them. And I could go get it fixed. But I don't know why I feel most at home with like a badly homemade haircut that I've given myself. Like something about it reminds me of like being a kid in front of my mirror and like trying to cut my own bangs. It kind of matches my insides, you know, like I am messy and chaotic. And when I walk down the street, I'm gonna be like dressed in a really cool suit, but with this crazy haircut. And they're gonna be like, contrast. And also, she doesn't give a fuck. Cause I don't. I just wanna live my life, you know? And I was laughing the whole time. I was having a great time, you know? So, here's to taking chances this year.
It wasn't even the second week of January, and despite my positive self-talk in the moment, looking in the mirror, I couldn't help but feeling as though I had messed up and I had done it to myself. But if that was the case, why did I feel so alive? Why, when I was doing it, I was laughing and having a good time? It got me thinking about something much deeper than a haircut. As the snow began to fall and I felt like my apartment was like a little snow globe that had just been shaken up, first from my inside energy and now from the energy of the outside world, I was reminded that messing up is the point.
We're gonna go out and see the snow before it turns dirty while it's still fresh.
So often in life, we're afraid of making a first move or messing things up because deep down we're afraid of what would happen if we failed. If we fail, will we be unlovable? Will people laugh at us? Will we be rejected? Some of the best things in my whole life have come from failure. For example, deciding to move to Paris when I was 19, or getting on stage for the first time. And you know what? I did fail the first time I got on stage. But it's through moments of adversity and fragility that we teach ourselves that no matter what, we're gonna be okay and we're gonna be there for ourselves.
Well, apparently it hasn't snowed like this since 2008. That's what the guy next to me said. Maybe my haircut set it off. It caused like a wait, what is the word? Kismic shift. Like the sky went wah!
If you are in a period of your life where you're afraid to make that first step, if you want to start a business, if you want to try something new, learn a new language, that no matter what happens, you can never lose if you're just moving the energy in some direction, you know? And as I'm walking through the snow, one of the biggest snowfalls there's been in Paris since years and years and years, I can't help but feel like a fire burning inside of myself. And I'm really grateful for that.